a rod is put in its own solution, like zinc is put inside zinc sulfate solution, there always develops a potential. So now the potential between these two, there could be two situations. One is that the rod starts dissolving inside the solution forming ions, or there could be another rod where the ions get deposited onto the rod. So there can be two situations, and both these situations are creating a potential which is known as electrode potential. So now when we want to measure this electrode potential actually tells you the metal activity series, why this metal is stronger than this metal. So the values we find out of this electrode potential with the help of a reference electrode. Now a reference electrode is a hydrogen electrode, also known as standard hydrogen electrode, which is known as SHE. I have written SHE, standard hydrogen electrode. Now this standard hydrogen electrode can act as a cathode, can also act as an anode. So what is done in it is, you might be asked what is a reference electrode. So when we want to find out the electrode potential of one rod, we cannot find it out alone. We have to connect it to something else, to the reference electrode, and then we can find out the value of this one rod. So to find out, we must have a potential difference between two things. And standard hydrogen electrode is taken as 0. So it contains hydrogen gas at 1 atmospheric pressure. Temperature is kept to 25 degrees centigrade. There is a platinum wire immersed inside 1 molar HCl solution. Bubbles of the gas come out, hydrogen gas come out. When this reference electrode can act as an anode as well as a cathode. So when it acts as an anode, it is undergoing oxidation, losing electrons to form ions, and when it acts as a cathode, it takes up electrons to form hydrogen gas. That is how it is going to work. So whenever we want to find out electrode potential of something, we are going to connect it with this standard hydrogen electrode. Now, supposing we want to find out the value of copper 2 plus 2 copper. What is the electrode potential of copper? So copper rod is immersed in copper sulfate solution, and it is connected to a reference electrode. Now when it is connected, we see that copper 2 plus ions from here get deposited at the cathode, and the current is moving from the copper rod to the reference electrode. If the current is moving from here to here and the electrons are moving from the reference electrode to here, it means that the reference electrode is at the moment acting as an anode and this is acting as a cathode. We've learned earlier in galvanic cell that the current moves from cathode to anode. So now this is the cathode, this is the anode. And the potential difference which we find out is by the formula E naught of the cell is equal to cathode minus anode. Always use the same formula. Do not, there are other ways to find out from anode minus cathode, but keep it this. When we keep this, it is always the reduction potential. So whatever value is given to you is in reduction potential. So E naught of the cell is cathode minus anode. The value that I see here is 0.34, which the galvanometer tells me the value is 0.34. So I've written E naught of the cell is 0.34 is equal to, this was acting as a cathode, I'm finding out the value of cathode, minus anode. Anode is a reference electrode which is taken as 0. So minus 0. So copper 2 plus 2 copper becomes, answer is plus 0.34 volts. That is how each rod will be connected to the reference electrode, and we will see from which side is the current moving, from which side is are the electrons moving. That will tell us whether the reference electrode is acting as anode or cathode, and the other one will be opposite of that. Similarly, if we want to find out standard electrode potential of zinc, Then we are going to immerse zinc in zinc sulfate solution, and we will see that zinc rod starts dissolving inside solution, forming zinc 2 plus ions. And now it is behaving like an anode because we can see that from the standard hydrogen electrode, current is moving from here to here. Electrons are moving from the rod to the standard hydrogen electrode. This tells us which side is the cathode, which side is the anode. So always from the cathode to the anode current moves. So that's why now I've made it on the right hand side. I told you anode is always on the left, cathode on the right. So now this is behaving like a cathode and the zinc rod is behaving like an anode. Now and the value here in the galvanometer is showing 0.76. So putting in the same formula, E naught of the cell is cathode minus anode. Value is 0.76. Cathode value is 0 because it is a standard hydrogen electrode, and anode value I want to find out for this, what is the value. So now the value comes as minus 0.76 volts. So these values actually tell us which metal is an active metal, which metal is a weak metal, and this is known as reduction potential. So the value that is coming here is a reduction potential value, which is going to be put in a metal activity series, and that series will tell us which metal is going to be very strong and which metal is going to be weak. You already have a concept of metal activity series. Now that we know the electrode potentials, we can know through them which metal is strong. Now, when the value is in minus, the metals on the top have reduction potential in negative values. Now, the higher the negative value, more reducing property it contains. So, higher the negative potential of this substance, we will say that metal is more active and can displace the one which is below that. So minus 3.05 is the most reactive metal and is the powerful reducing agent, can act as an anode. So on the top the metals act as an anode. And top means that if I am comparing between lithium and barium, lithium will be the anode, barium will be the cathode. If I am comparing zinc and copper, zinc is the anode, copper is the cathode. So the metal which is above is the more powerful reducing agent, more active, and acts as an anode. And after hydrogen, the values are coming in positive. As the values of the positive value is increasing, they are becoming more oxidizing agents. So fluorine is the maximum oxidizing agent. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, all halogens are powerful oxidizing agents. Now supposing you are given A value is this, B value is this, C is this. All of them are at the moment in negative. So put them in order of their reactivity. So you will put them in order of reactivity as the maximum negative value is minus 2.71. So minus 2.71, then minus 0.76, then minus 0.44. So they are in the reducing nature in this order is decreasing. So questions will be asked based on this, based on your already knowledge. If the values are given in A, B, C, then look at these values. Otherwise, from your own knowledge of various metals, if the name is given to you, you know the metal activity series. Through that series also you can explain. So the electrochemical series, which is this electrode potential series, is also going to tell you which metal will be able to displace the other one. The value for E naught of the cell, that is cathode minus anode, should come as positive. If it comes as positive, we will say the reaction is possible, which is called feasible reaction. So many questions will be based on that. Given the values, and you will be asked whether the reaction is feasible or not. Or values are given in this way and you are asked which one is going to displace the other one. So obviously the one which is the most active, in this case 2.71, C will be able to displace both B and A. So your conceptual questions will be based on this. Similarly, if the positive values are given to you here, you will put them in order, and the one which is the maximum positive will become the best oxidizing agent.